Hey there! In this screencast, I'll show you how to get started with your Googlio or your Google site. To begin, we'll go to Safari and the website that we're going to go to. Add a new tab up here. The website that we're going to go to is sites.google.com. And once we get to sites.google.com, we're going to find the Create button on the left-hand side and select Create. And we are going to leave the default blank template up. And you're going to give your site a name. Now, with anything on the internet, you can use your first name, but no last names. And so I will just call this Kim's Googlio. And once I scroll down a little bit, I can select a theme. I'll hide my keyboard here. You can see that we can select a theme right here. And if I scroll down, the different theme choices are here. Now you can choose whichever one you want, but I'll tell you, if you choose something that's kind of busy like this, it'll take away from the message of your Google site. If you choose something like this, and you copy some black text from another page and paste it in here, you'll have to remember to turn that black text to white text. It's not a big deal, but just know that ahead of time. And once you choose a theme, you can change it, but it makes things difficult. So kind of choose the theme that you really like from the get-go. I'm just going to go ahead and choose Micro Sport. And once I select it, it turns red, and I go ahead and click on Create. First page it brings you to is your blank home page. Some of the tools that you need to be familiar with from the get-go are your editing tool, your add a page tool, and eventually you'll go to this cog here and you'll use some of the items underneath this that are in the pull-down menu, especially edit site layout and manage site. Okay. In just a bit, I'll show you how and where to share, but for now you can just leave the share settings as they are. Once you've given your site a name and you've selected the themes, the first thing that you want to do is edit this welcome page or this home page. So we go up to our edit button. When I select the edit button, you'll see some of our editing tools appear at the top. Most of them will look familiar to you. On a welcome page, one of the main things is that you don't want your audience or your viewers to have to scroll at all. And one way to do that is to divide this big chunk right here into two parts. To do that, we go up to the layout, and we're going to select the two-column simple layout. Though as you become more and more versed in how to create these web pages, you can certainly play around with some of the other layouts. Select the two-column layout, and on this side, I'm going to welcome people to my web page and add an image. Now, you're not going to add an image of yourself because, again, going along with internet safety, you don't want to give much of your personal information away. On this side, eventually, we're going to add your announcements page or your blog. Okay? Once you've completed your word message, you can go ahead and add an image in here. Now to do that, the first thing that I have to do is go out and find an image. Now I'm going to hide my keyboard. Before I go out and find my image, I want to get in the habit of saving as often as possible, over-saving if you will, because with the exception of one or two of the pages in Google Sites, nothing saves automatically. So to go find an image, I'm going to add another tab up here. And since this is going to be about my schoolwork, I'm going to try to find an image that maybe kind of matches that. So I'm just going to type in schoolwork. Again, you're not going to put an image of yourself on there. And once I type that into my search engine, search bar, I select images here. And let's just say I really like this image here. I'm going to select that image. Now for most of the images, I can just hold my finger down and wait for the Save Image prompt to come up. Every so often, it won't pop up until I hit the exact right spot. So I would always give it one or two tries. You can go ahead and select Save Image. And of course, it saves straight to your camera roll. And now I can pop back to my Googlio. And remember these tools that you're going to become very familiar with. We're going to go ahead and select the editing tool, since we're going to edit this page. And we need to tell the Google site where we want the image to be inserted. So just select right after that word and hit return. Now don't hide your keyboard, otherwise Google will decide where your image goes, but instead scroll up until we see our editing tools and select insert. We're going to insert an image and we're going to upload that image. And it's in our camera roll. And it's the last one that we uploaded. Select it. Then we have to hit select done. And once it's uploaded, we can go ahead, scroll down, and hit OK. Now, the only ways that you can resize it is to select small, medium, or large. I always try small first because most often, especially when working on an iPad, that's the size that fits. And if I wanted to select, like, put it in the center, it's the middle one right there. Okay, now I'm always going to go up and hit save so I don't lose my work. And that's the first step for getting started. Good luck.